guys. Just want to apologize. So I actually tried recording this lesson like 6 days ago, and I accidentally hit a hotkey that like cancels the recording, like it like turns it off, and it just like ruined the whole process. Yeah, very sorry. But yeah, this is the only day I could find time to make this episode. It's gonna be pretty quick. We're gonna be going over arithmetic and I think it's operational. It's right here. It's arithmetic and relational operators. Okay. So, what does that mean? Basically, these are operators are kind of like conditions you can use, or so easiest way to word this. It's like, let's just read it off here, okay? So operators is a special set of symbols to perform an operation or condition of evaluation. English is tough. Okay. Yeah, so it's basically like I said, it's conditions, like to reach conditions, and then you could do this action. So relational operators compare two things to each other and return a true or false value. Okay. So let's just get an example out here. So just by basing off what we saw here, excuse me, relational operators compare two parameters to each other and return a Boolean, true or false. Booleans are true or false values. So by this logic, if we do 9 equals 9, this should return true because that is true. 9 is equal to 9. So it prints true. 9 is not equal to 3. It's going to print false. Right? But 9 divided by 9 equals 1. Right? So the easiest things you can just get out of this is write down the basic math things. So division. Oh, crap. Let me zoom in. Division equals, that's the half sign right there. Multiplication. Star symbol. Addition, everybody knows, plus subtraction, minus. Okay. So what we're gonna do by this here, so like I said, conditional, they're basically conditional statements or conditions that you have to reach in order to perform a code. So in this case, what we're gonna quickly do here is just an example is we're gonna use this operator right here that's equal to. Oh crap! Something's in my eye. What the frick? Okay. So we're gonna use this operator right here to perform code very quickly. So what we're gonna do here in this case is we're gonna make it print hello, or just print hey YouTube if a condition is reached. So like I said, so the first thing you're going to want to do here is, since we're doing the equal, actually here, let me do this. Let's just write them all down here as well. So this one equal, actually, you know what? Look at me. It's all about efficiency. Let's do this. That way we can just very easily do that. Okay. Am I doing that right? Yes. There we go. Okay. I'll leave it like so. Alrighty. So, equal to is that. Let's put that in quotation marks. Not equal to. Greater than. We all know how this works. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. That's just for the relational part. Let's put relational up here. Relational. Very nice. Greater, whoa, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay, right, there we go. So once again, like I said, essentially these things are going to print or return where is it, sorry, oops, true or false value. So what we're gonna do is really quickly let's make an example out of here. So we're gonna make an example out of this where it says equal to. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the name of this script right here, and we're gonna check if its name is equal to delay. So like I said, oh yeah, this is another thing. Script always refers to the script that you're actually inside of. That's the wrong script. Where am I at? Example. Okay. This is the script we're looking at. So script, if we actually go right here really quickly, let's just actually do that. Let's do print script.name. It is going to print example the moment we hit run. Example right there. So what we're going to do is, since we already know that script.name is equal to example, we're going to do if script.name equal example, then warn hello. Right? Hit that run. And it worked. But what if we say if script.name is equal to false example? It's not gonna print anything. It's not gonna show up anything. Everything inside this, like inside this block right here, will not work because the first starting condition has not been reached. It isn't true. And from here we can bring out other examples of how relational operators work. So arithmetic operators, obviously just math. I'm not spelling this right. Arithmetic. Arithmetic. That was close. Okay, let's get that there. So it's just the very basic stuff. It's just a basic math, addition, subtraction, modulus, exponential growth right there. Okay. Alright, so we're just going to start off with the basic four main things. Subtraction right here. Okay. So we're going to use an example out of this, right? We're going to say, just like before when I said 9 divided by 9 equals 1. So what we're going to do is, if 9 is equal to 9, then warn hello. This time we can just do it like that. It's going to print hello. If we do 9 divided by 3 equals 9, it's not going to work because 9 divided by 3 does not equal 9, it equals 3. So we change that up right here really quick. We got the print hello right there. So just like before, we can very easily combine these type of things, these conditional operators, to make code work. So just like before, when we were just manually spawning parts and things like that and changing the colors of the bricks, we could do the exact same thing, but this time it only works if a condition has been reached. So very quickly, we can easily just change. Let's just get rid of that. We're going to change delay part right here. Let's keep it anchored. We're going to change its brick color, right? So we're just going to keep our camera right here very quickly. So if 9 divided by 3 equals 3, then let's get, actually just for starters, we're going to put in everything that you guys have been taught already up into one thing, right? Every lesson I do, I'm just going to combine everything all together. So local delay part equals workspace. Remember to do delay or wait for child. I always recommend that. So now we just indexed this part right here. Just like before, we can customize properties of the part very easily. So we're gonna change delay part brick color to something random. forgot to mention, just like before, when you guys can easily just do brickcolor.new and just go to the Roblox website where you find all the colors, you can also just do brickcolor.random, and it's going to give you a random color every time. So right here, of course, it's about medium stone gray. We hit run. Actually, let me add something right here too. Print code ran. Always good to use prints just to make sure your code is running. Okay, the color has changed to light stone gray. Hit run again. It's changed to red. Very, very simple. So just imagine you can combine multiple things right here by and just put them all together. The code will always still work. Code ran. Code ran. So let's just make a few different combinations with this, right? So we already used the equal relational operator right here. Let's we're just gonna jump down to greater than just very quickly. So it's very simple, very simple. You just get the first part of the, say, argument in the left hand side of the first side, and then whatever you're trying to compare it to, you put it on the other side. So what this is saying, if 9 is greater than 3, then run this code. So obviously 9 is greater than 3, so that's going to work out. It's going to say code ran, and the color of the brick has changed. Let's just put that to black so it's easier. There we go. 9 is greater than 3. Okay. But now, if 9 is greater than 10, obviously 9 is not greater than 10, so the code is not going to run. As we see, there's no print code ran. There's no code ran that came up in the print output. But if 9 is less than 10, then it's gonna print out code ran. Very simple. Now let's do not equal to. It's very simple, right? Remember how before we had if 9 is equal to 9, then print the code. But let's just do if 9 is not equal to 9, then run code. Let's just put 1 right here just so it's kind of more visible. Okay. So this is obviously not going to work because 9 is equal to 9. But if we do if 3 is not equal to 9, then of course it's going to run out in our favor. As we see, just looking here, we can see the properties are changing every single time. The color is something random every time. Pretty easy to play around with that. Okay, let's just do greater than or equal to. I always love using this one. It's very easy, very simple, and works out a lot of the time. So if 9 is greater than or equal to, let's do 5. It will continue to print code ran. If 9 is greater than or equal to 9, of course, 9 is, it's still actually like this. I don't even really need to explain this because I know everybody knows this, obviously. But this is still the exact same thing as 9 is equal to 9, or 9 is equal to 8. Actually, hold on a minute. No, that's not right. Yeah, you can just think about it like that. I don't even need to explain that. Actually, just forget what I just said. But 9 is greater than or equal to 9, so that's going to work. It's going to work out in our favor. We could still do 9 is greater than or equal to 1. And it's still going to work every single time because 9 is still greater than 1, but it's not equal to 1. But here in this case, 9 is not greater than 9, but it's still equal to 9. And the same thing goes the other way. So this is the exact same thing as saying 9 is less than or equal to 9. But because we have this equal sign, it's still going to work every single time, no matter what. But now here, if we do 3 is less than or equal to 9, then of course it's still going to run. But if we do 12 or 13 is less than or equal to 9, nothing's going to work. Let's click the output again. Nothing is running, of course. And that's honestly how these things work. It's very, very simple. Just, just combine everything that you used in the previous lessons. Just add them all into one thing, because that's where, all the ingredients come together. You previously learned how to use variables and all those kind of things. You understand with basic variables like local delay part and those things, and wait for child, brick color, properties of the parts. Do random things. Change the position of the parts, but only do the code if a condition is reached. Right? And just remember, you can always do the exact same thing with properties here. But let me just show you something real quick. Every property has a certain type of let's just say classification or whatever, or value type. Yeah, it has a certain type to it. Remember how I explained booleans, number values, string values, those type of things? Earlier we did if script.name is equal to example. That worked because, first of all, a name is a type of string value. Alright? And here's actually another trick real quick. Something I love doing. So we have this thing here called type of. If you just put in print, let's do print type of 3 right here. It's going to print the type of value it is, or classification. This right here is it's a number. I think it's going to print out number. Yeah, it prints out number because 3 is a number. Now if we put in here a string or a name, their name, it's going to print out string. String, we're going to put in here a position. Let's do vector3.new. That's fine because that's this, by the way, just doing this, leaving vector3.new empty is actually equivalent to, they use the exact same thing. I was going to print vector3. You could do cframe.new. It's going to print out cframe. So just be wary of the properties that you are comparing with each other, right? A name of something is always going to be a string. So if you're going to compare, you must always compare the same type of things to each other. Right? Yeah, otherwise it will not make sense. Like, it just won't work. Okay? You can kind of exclude numbers and strings because you can actually convert numbers into strings. I'll just show you this really quickly as well. There's this thing called toNumber. There's also a thing called toString. So what you can imagine this is, it just reverts it one way or another. So basically, say we had 3 right here in quotation marks. This is a string. We want it to be a number. So if very easily you can just convert it to number just by doing that. Just putting the string or whatever here, and it's going to convert it to a number. So print toNumber. That. But notice how doing that, sorry, excuse me, Jesus. It looks the exact same. It looks the same. That can be kind of problematic. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go back to type of really quickly. We're gonna put both of them individually back into here. And we're just gonna see. So basically what this is doing, this is converting this string into a number. So just like before, it's going to return a number. So doing here type of toNumber3 right here is actually equivalent to type of right there. This removes, let's just say, easiest way to think it just removes the quotation marks from it, and it actually makes it into a number. So just put that back, hits number. Now if we do print toString right here, and this just adds quotation marks to it, It's gonna print string. Okay. Now let me just show you what happens when you try to compare the two incompatible properties to each other. Okay. So we're gonna get the transparency of the part in workspace called D1. So we're just gonna reuse our old tools from the last episodes. So let's say local D1 equals workspace dot D1. So we're gonna get D1's transparency. If D1 dot transparency equal, let's just say lol. Haha. It's not going to work. First of all, transparency is a number value. This is a string value. You can't work. They just do not compare to each other. They don't. Alright? But if you say equal 0, it's not going to be equal to 0. But you get my point though. Make sure they're compatible with each other. But we know that this one here is equal to 1, so it's going to print code ran. You just see right here, we got it checked out. So yeah, play around with these things. Mix and match with these. You could. Oh, sorry. Did I just end the recording? That was close. So you can easily just mix and match. You can combine with that. You can combine this with that. You can combine that with that. Combine this with that. You can combine, everything with one another. It doesn't really matter. The point is to be creative with it and apply the old tools that you have learned from the previous episodes, or just just in general. It doesn't even need to be for me. Just old things, and then apply it into overall one thing, and then that's how you're going to be able to easily create the cake with the ingredients. All right, see you guys later.